Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. It is Monday, March 28th. That means it's the last Monday of March. Next week we'll be into April already. So cold here in the northern Illinois. Hi Lori, thanks for jumping on. It's freezing cold because it's spring break week. Our students are all on spring break right now, so the weather is cold. It was a beautiful day today. The sun was shining, so it was very pretty, but it was cold. So hi, Roseanne, Sue. We had a great weekend this weekend. Saturday was my cabin fever, and we had 16 ladies in person and 6 kits in the mail that we got to spend the whole day together on Saturday making all kinds of fun projects. And I'm going to share those with you at the end of tonight's video, but I wanted to play with some cards first. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Sue. We are downstairs back into my stamping area and our living room. It's not completely done yet. Tony's got a trim work to do yet, which he's out in the garage right now, cutting boards and getting ready to stain and varnish. So I thought tonight, hopefully this will work. I put my stand on swivel so that I can, there's my little workstation that's not ready yet. It's not installed to the table, but this one, and I don't know if I showed you this before, this right here will pull out. Oops, you can't see my fingers. This right here pulls out so that it can be a workstation like for mailing and stuff. Okay, and then we have another set of counters and storage bins on wheels. And I'm trying to see what all I can see. And then you get back into the kind of crafting zone, which looks like a disaster, but it really is pretty organized at the moment. And then, I got to scoot around the table here so that I can readjust. And then that's my stamp storage area, which is like DVD cases, and it pulls out, and all of my stamps, you're kind of backwards to it, but all of my stamps are in here. All of my punches are in here. So that's fun. And then lots more cabinets and things there that need to be cleaned out so that there's more room. And then around to, this is our living room section. And so there's some work to be done over here yet. We don't have the TV back in here for watching, but there's where we're at the moment. All right, let me lock this back down so I'm not spinning all over the place again. Maybe not. All right, well, I guess not. Okay, back down in my chair. So with the wood floor down here, my chair has like rollerblade wheels on it, and so I'm scooting all over the place down here. My table's liable to move on me a little bit until I get used to all of this, but we are definitely getting there. I'm loving everything about it. The paint color I love, so once he gets the trim done and the doors painted and all that fun stuff, we will be ready to go. So I wanted to show you, look what I got in the mail today from Stampin' Up. This is the next annual catalog, which begins in May. So right now you have the last chance list, which I posted out last week. That started last Wednesday. And things are selling out, especially things that haven't in the past, stamp sets. Typically Stampin' Up has done, since we make them, they continue to make them, but apparently this year they are not because we are running out. So it's definitely something that if there's something that you want, make sure you get it ordered right away. Some of the in-color refills have sold out already. Some of the cardstock, as of this morning, was still available, but things are going quickly. So don't delay on those. But I get to start sneaking a peek on Friday. I get to start pre-ordering a few little things out of here. I don't know yet what I'll be able to order, but the in colors are very pretty. I'm anxious to get those, to be able to do some playing with those. I also got a free stamp set because I am doing a Stampin' Up! Event next Thursday, not this coming, but the following. So we got a free stamp set and the free catalog early. So that's fun. Okay, I think that's everything I want to talk about that way. Let's go ahead and turn you down and we'll go ahead and start doing some playing. So give me just a minute here to try to get everything locked down. And where is my camera to switch it? There it is. Okay, let's get you down here. Let's get this turned down and see if we can't get this little critter locked down again. There we go. Okay, coming back up, so close your eyes. Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining. All right. Let's get all my little cords and wires and everything out of the way here. All right, I need to scoot back a little bit. Okay, so tonight we are playing with the New Horizon designer paper. This was one of the additional classes on Saturday at Cabin Fever. They got a package of this and then we made some cards. And I decided, since it is such amazing paper, that this is what we would do again tonight. We are not doing the same cards that I did in that one, but look at this paper. When you first look at it, and I'll be honest, I wasn't impressed with it when I first saw it. I'm like, okay, it's just like splotchy paper, which really isn't my thing. But when I started playing with it, I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, the horizon back here, some grass, some water, just beautiful. And it was so fun to play with and get all kinds of different things. Look at the sunset in this one. So pretty. Love the little mountains. This one kind of reminds me of Sound of Music. Can't you just see the Von Trapp family up here singing and Maria? Okay, and then the back side are just all like funky type prints and things. This one's like backwards now. Okay, so that's what we are playing with tonight, along with the coordinating stamp set on the horizon. Really, really like the greetings in here. And then I used these 3 images quite a bit too. Okay, so we are going to, let's see if I can find this piece of paper in this stack, and we will start with that. Okay, so we're going to start out with this piece of paper, and I have taken the paper, and I have cut it down. Okay, so here we are right there, and I've cut it down to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, let's get that back out of the way. And then I have a piece of basic white for the inside that is also 4 by 5 1/4. And then my card base is Cajun Craze that is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And I forgot to get myself up so I can be watching your comments and things to see who all we have. Jackie's very excited for the new catalog. Yay. I know, Sharon, it's amazing the amount of storage and stuff that I have in here. However, I think most of us as crafters are a little bit of pack rats. So I need to, as part of my reorganizing, start going through the cabinets and getting rid of some of the things that are there so that I have room for the things that I want to be using in there. Roseanne likes the paper. Hi, Eve. Thanks for joining. Okay. All right. So we are going to start with the designer paper piece. And on this one, I am using soft suede ink and evening evergreen ink. So I'm just going to open both of those up. I am going to take the trees and I am going to ink this up. And my tree line would be right above the water. So we are just going to stamp the trees. And look at how nice it just blends into the green background. And then I'm going to stamp off over here because I don't want that. I want the trees on the edge. And ta-da! Okay, so let's get this one out of the way. All right, now on this one, I'm using the words. Where's the stamp set? Where did I put it? Okay, I'm using the words thinking of you, but I didn't want it long because I didn't, oh, you know what else I forgot to do first? Sorry, before the words. The little kind of grassies, we're going to use soft suede. And we're just going to stamp this down here in like this dirt kind of area. Okay, isn't that cool? But again, my thinking of you just didn't really work real well right there. So I took my scissors and I cut my stamp. You guys know I like to do that so that I can use it for all different things. I can easily put this back together to stamp it in one time. Okay, so that's not a problem. So I'm going to ink it with the soft suede, and I'm going to start up here with thinking. Yeah, kind of straight, sort of. And then I'm going to do of you down below. And I put my stamps on the opposite sides of each other so that if I tried to line them up, there's going to be too much space between them. And I didn't want that either. Okay. I've gotten back into using my Simply Chamois for cleaning. You guys, if you don't have one of these, you need to get one of these. This thing's fabulous. Okay, so sweet and simple. We are just, there's no other layers this time. I got an icky one here. Okay, so we're just going to put our adhesive on the back of our designer paper, and we are going to adhere it to our Cajun Craze. I thought that brought out a little bit more of the orange on the bottom, kind of the dirt. Okay, and then we need to add some ducks up in, and I got to make sure I don't get my ducks upside down. So you're glad you're not the only one that does what? Okay, and so we're just going to add some ducks in the middle there, and we are almost done. We need to do the inside, right? But again, this designer paper did all the work. We didn't do much of anything at all. All right, and so on this, I just added some of the grass stuff, weeds, across the bottom. Okay, let's get this closed up before I put something on it. And then we will adhere this to the inside. And our card is done. Oh yeah, I cut the stamps all the time. Okay, so there is one card. Then, okay, remember the beautiful sunset one that I showed you? All right, let's find it again. This one right here. Okay, so then I pulled shaded spruce for a background. And I again cut my piece down to, nope, I take that back. Hey, Glenda, glad you're joining. Late is okay. Okay, so I have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go right on the card front. So then I cut my designer paper this time down to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Isn't that just cool? All right, then let's see. Okay, give me a minute here. I need to find, I had a little piece of scratch paper. There we go. It is right there. Okay, so this time we are going to use the trees. So I need the evening evergreen again. And this time I'm going to put a row of trees across here, but I don't want this extra part. So I'm going to start over here on the left where I can line it and not have that on my paper. Okay, and then I'm going to ink it again, but I'm going to put this so that it covers that, actually. Yep. Okay, and so then we're going to stamp the trees again. Connie, isn't this paper just the prettiest? It's It is amazing. And I really didn't realize it until I was making the cards for Cabin Fever. And now I just want to play with it all the time. All right, so we have a little row, a little grove of trees. And then I'm going to use Memento. And I'm going to use the words that are relax and enjoy your day. Great for a birthday card, right? All right, I got to pull this one towards me a little bit. And we're just going to stamp the words right there. And then we're going to bring our ducks in again. And we're going to stamp those on there. This one, just with the beautiful sunset, just makes me want to sit outside. Have a lemonade. All right, so then we're going to adhere this onto the basic white. Thanks, Roseanne. Okay, let's get those on. So then this goes on. So super simple, right? You could whip these things out. Okay, good. Sue's got 2 packages of this paper. And this one, I didn't do anything initially on the inside. So let's just go ahead and get our evening evergreen out again. And we'll just stamp some trees on this side and then a set over on this side, and we'll leave it blank in the middle this time. Okay, and then adhere this to the inside, and there's 2 cards. Oop. Okay. And finding it hard. Yeah, it is hard to cut up, Glenda, but when you start playing with it, you're going to be a little hooked on it. Okay, there's that and that. Okay, so now we're going to use this one. Now this one, I thought at first, I'm like, okay, with all the purples, how do you do like an outdoor type something with it? Okay, so we're going to get a little tricky this time. Whoops, I don't want to show it to you yet. All right, so I have my pieces. I have rich razzleberry that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, and so it's going to go this direction. I have a piece for the inside and designer paper that I forgot to cut down, but we're going to put that on the inside. Okay, so then I took the designer paper. This was on here, this way. So I cut it down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. Hang on to this one. And then don't glue this down yet. We are going to take a stitched rectangle die and we're going to put it right into the center and we're going to die cut that. Okay, so talk for a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to scoot to the left right here. And where did I put my base? Right here. Okay, the table might jiggle a little bit as I die cut this, so hang on. Okay. How was everybody's weekend? I know some of you were with me. Those of you who weren't, you really should sign up next time. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so we are going to take this out. And this one, because of all the stitching, gets really, really tight. So you have to be careful as you're getting ready to punch it out. You can kind of hear as it's crunching around, right? Okay, let's get this over there. All right, so now we have 2 pieces. So we are going to start with this one, and we're going to put our adhesive on here. Come on. And we're going to stick it flat down to the card. Oh, Sue, I'm so glad you had a good time, and thanks for bringing Sam along too. It was good to spend the day with her. I just really thoroughly enjoyed myself. It has been 2 years since I've seen some of the people that were there, and haven't seen some of the rest of you very often in the last 2 years. So it was fabulous. Okay, so we're stuck down there. Now our other piece, and we've got this fun stitching, we're actually going to cover it up, but we have another one here. Before we stick this down, we are going to use the Rich Razzleberry ink, and I need to clean the birds off. And we did clean that one. I'm just going to clean some of these off so that I'm not sticking something on top of them. So yeah, look at how easy this thing cleans. It's just the simply chamois and water. And then I keep it in one of the stamp cases. Okay, so now we're going to take our ducks, get them the right direction, and we're just going to stamp some ducks in the Rich Razzleberry, flying across the sky. Okay, and then we're going to adhere it to a piece of Rich Razzleberry that is a little bit larger. Look at the back of that one. That purple is gorgeous. Well, Peggy can't measure very well. All right, let me grab my trimmer. All right, so we have this piece. This should be 3 1/8, and I cut it at 3 5/8. So let's cut this down to 3 1/8. And then we'll leave it here so we have it for cutting the inside piece. Okay, let's try again. Let's go ahead and adhere that onto there. And then we're going to pull our dimensionals out because, yep, this one's going to have some dimensionals. Okay, take all our backings off. You guys are being pretty quiet tonight. Remember to comment and share. We'll have a fun prize. And I do have, don't let me forget, I do have tonight's prize from last week. Okay, so make sure to remind me. Okay, and when you stick this on, you're just kind of lining up the purple lines because remember we cut it out of the center of there. Okay, isn't that cool? All right, and then we're going to take a piece of basic white that is 5/8 of an inch by 2 inches. And we are stamping, where's my words? Wishing you so much happiness. So again, this one would be great for a birthday, or it could be for any other occasion also. Okay, let's see if I can get it straight, or at least somewhat straight. Thanks, Roseanne. I thought this one turned out really cool. Like I said, I wasn't so sure about this piece of paper when I kind of started. Okay, and then our Rich Razzleberry piece is 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/8. And we're not going to pop this one up. We're just going to do this one flat. Thanks, Nancy. Okay, and so there's that. But now we have our basic white piece for the inside. So I'm going to take this piece that we used, or that we cut off, and I'm going to cut it at 3/4 of an inch. And I already did the side to side. And then we're just going to adhere that to the bottom of the basic white. I like to leave just a little bit of white showing. Then I don't have to worry if I got it straight. Okay, and then we're going to attach it to the inside. Yay, Connie, I'm glad you like this. Okay, and then inside. This one's your favorite, Annie? Yeah, isn't it? I mean, it's just so peaceful. So there's a third one, and I have one more to share with you tonight, and then I will show you some of the other samples that I had from Saturday. Okay, so let's find the piece of designer paper that we're using, because to me, it does look different once we start playing. No. No. Yes. Okay. This time we're using this one. Okay. And so I cut it at, let me look at my card sample again. This time I cut it at 5 3/8. Okay. And then I cut it into 2-inch sections. So we have 3 pieces that are 2 inches by 5 3/8. And then I kept them kind of in the order as I cut them. But if you don't, it's easy to figure it out. Okay, so I have my basic card base, Misty Moonlight, that is 5.5 by 8.5. I scored it at 4 1/4 and at 2 1/8. And so we're going to do kind of the, what is it, Z fold. So we are going to, and I also cut a piece of basic white that is 2 inches by 5 3/8. So we're going to, I'm going to get my cheater one out here. We're going to lay these out the way that I stamped, or the way that I cut them. And so just look at kind of the green ranges there, the blue range, so we know that we are lined up, okay? And then we're going to pull our grass back in here with soft suede. And then I am going to, and you know what, I'm going to separate it a little bit because we're going to stamp that at the bottom, and I'm going to do it at the bottom of each one, but I don't want kind of the overhang from one to the next, if that makes sense. Okay. And then I'm pulling in the Evening Evergreen. Yes, I'm done with this one. I'm done with the Razzleberry. Okay, then we're going to pull the trees in again. And we're going to stamp some trees across this line, right where kind of the water and the mountains, the forest show, or where they meet, I mean. Okay, and then we're going to get this one. So we've got all 3 of them. And then I need to clean my birds again. And let's see, what do I want? I want the memento and my birds. And this time I did line them up. And then I'm going to stamp, let's see, you know what? I need my white one also lined up there. And then I'm going to stamp, oops, the birds. Got to get above the tree line across there. And then we're going to stamp some birds across here. And then we're going to finish with some birds across here. And then we're going to use Misty Moonlight. And we're going to use the Relax and Enjoy Your Day stamp. Let's see if I can get this mounted on here straight, or straighter. And we're just going to stamp that right here on this white one. And it's leaving plenty of room underneath for you to write your little greeting message. Okay. And now we're just going to adhere them to our card base. And so I'm going to start with the basic white. And that's going to get adhered over here on the right-hand side, the section where there isn't a score line. And then we're going to take the next one, and we're going to attach it right beside it with a little space between it. And then our next one. Goes in right here between the score lines. And then our final one goes in over on the left panel. Again, between the score line and the edge of the paper. Oop, I got too close there. Okay, let's see if we can't. There we go. Okay, and so when they pull the card out of the envelope, here's what it looks like. And then it opens up and you have the gorgeous scene on the inside. So there's the 4 cards from this set. Okay, here I think they're all showing, right? All right, then one of the additional classes from Saturday's Cabin Fever was, like I said, the New Horizon designer paper for masculine cards. And we did those cards with black bases, white layers with a black mat around the designer paper. And let's move these. And so the cards are all the same layout. They all have different designer paper. All right, can we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Can you buy the ODD? What's the ODD? The Odd from Cabin Fever? Sue, I'm not sure what you're asking for, so kind of cleared up. Okay, meant the PDF. Absolutely. The PDF, if you want for these, the PDF on any of these classes is $10. Some of them, I do have supplies left that I could cut another kit if somebody is interested in that. But these are the 6 cards that they did for that. The insides are all stamped also. Okay. So that was one of the additional classes, but I thought I would very quickly share with you, if I can find them here now. Okay, so Cabin Fever, it was supposed to be 2 make and take projects and a special item. Well, instead they got 3. So everyone received the Flowering Rain Boots stamp set, and then they got to make these 5 cards. Okay, and yep, they're all showing in the screen, okay. All right, so that was one of the projects. And then they got a half a package of the Heart and Home Memory and More cards. And they made 6 cards using those. And I cut cardstock, and we had some different folds and things. So that was another project, okay? And then everyone also received the Mischievous Mice stamp set, which is a Hostess exclusive stamp set. And then they made these fun mice cards. This is using the Picture This dies, and then these circles are glued onto this one. So that was a fun set. And then their surprise project, are you ready for this? Sue, give us a drum roll. Brrr. Okay, they did this fun little framed art that is a 4x12 frame using some of the designer paper, the Heart and Home designer paper, and then they have the stamp set. They didn't have the dies. I had mine there, and they could add those on if they wanted to, but everybody got to make this. Isn't that awesome? So this was definitely a hit from Saturday. So I kind of looked through my supplies of things, and I do have supplies that I can do some more. I have a few frames left that I brought, not that I brought home. I didn't have them there with me. So if anyone would like a kit to make this, wake up, Linda. So glad you joined us. If anybody would like a kit to make this, including the frame and all of the designer paper and stuff, you do have to have the Flowering Rain Boots stamp set. The dies are helpful, but you can fussy cut around the things for this. But this kit, make and take kit, is $20. And then postage on it, it has to go into a bigger size or box. So I believe the postage on it, and I will have to double check it for sure. I believe the postage is like $7 to mail it. So let me know if you are interested in a kit so that you can make one of these, and I will get things put together and make sure that I give you a final price once I measure and weigh it for sure. But that was the cool, fun one. Then some of the other add-on classes. There were 4 add-on classes altogether. So one of them was the Flowing Flowers stamp set. They had to have that. And then we made this fun boxed card gift set. And so they made and decorated the box. And then there are 4 cards. This one is using the, they all use the Tasteful Textiles 3D embossing folder. That's one that's leaving. So if you don't have it, make sure you get it. Okay, and then this fun one, they all got a package of ribbon. And then I love this, sending a card instead of a text. And time for a happy dance. See, Linda's saying too, so cool. She loved the picture frame. It was definitely the hit of the day. Okay, and then another one was the Special Moments stamp set from Celebration. And if they had that, or they could add that, they got a half a package of the Simply Elegant designer paper. And so then we made some fun cards with that. Oops, they're not all in. How's that? Okay, so that's the 3rd project, right? Yep. Okay, and the final one was a loaded envelope. And let's see. Okay, so here is, they got a half a package of the Fields of Flowers designer paper. And so then they made this fun pocket holder. There's 3 pockets in this envelope. It's all gusseted, so they're all glued together with the designer paper and then the ornate floral embossing folder, which is also leaving. And what do you do with this? Well, you fill it with goodies and treats, little gifts. So everybody got a little 5-pack of Hershey candy bars, a little set of bulbs, which I thought was perfect to go with color scheme and stuff in here. They also got a 3-pack of nail files, a little pack of gum. I don't have it in mine, but they also got like a little lip balm in here, and then some Jelly Belly jelly beans to tuck inside. So you are all set with a fun gift to give. Okay, so again, tutorials for these are available. If you are interested, just let me know, and once you pay for them, I can email them out to you right away. And I think that's everything. We went a little bit longer tonight than normal. Hopefully that was okay. And, oh, see, you almost let me forget. The winner from last week's comments and shares, and she has been commenting and sharing like crazy. So I appreciate all of that, all the hearts and loves and thumbs up and everything. So somebody will be getting this, let's see, what is the name of it? Sunshine and Rainbows designer paper. This was one of the celebration items, and the lucky winner of that is Cheryl DeSico. So Cheryl, I will put this in with your order, and I will see you at club next week. So I will get it to you then, and I will go through and find another fun product to give away next week. So you guys have a great week. Hopefully the weather is still sunshiny and blue, and I will see you next Monday, April 4th. Have a great night. Bye-bye.